Hey, this is No Shakespeare. So, I went to my local library today, and I had to do some work. I needed to get out of the house, and I came across a book. It's one of these reference books for colleges, and it's actually the 2018 college majors book. And it's like this thick. And so I was looking up some majors just to, I had a couple minutes, and so I was looking up advertising, which is a field I'm in, and also marketing. And so they list a major, kind of give you a brief description what it's about, and then they recommend. So these are the high school classes they recommend to pursue this career, and it really shocked me what they're still asking students to do in this world today. It hasn't changed in my day. It hasn't changed in, at least I know of 30 years. But so what they're saying that you need or to pursue these careers, marketing or advertising, is 4 years of English. I'm okay with that. That's great. 4 years of English. What I'm not okay with is 3 years of math, which usually means if it's in high school, it's like algebra, pre-calculus, trigonometry, geometry, because those are the classes I took in high school. So that's just ridiculous. You don't need that. I mean, the only time you need it is probably if you're working in media planning, media buying, in advertising, and those are the positions they don't really talk about in college anyway. I mean, because nobody wants those jobs, and usually mostly using spreadsheets. But if you really want to be in media, yeah, you're probably gonna have to know some math. I don't think you have to know geometry. You're not gonna know how to do the circumference of a circle. But other than that, that's just a small part of the advertising and marketing. So really, a lot of advanced math you don't need. And they're still teaching people, or telling people to take these classes. And then another thing was 3 years of lab sciences, which tells me it's probably chemistry, biology, geology, crap like that. And again, this has no bearing in advertising or marketing. I mean, yeah, if you are well versed in biology and chemistry, yeah, I'm sure you could use some of that knowledge to come up with some creative stuff in your advertising and marketing campaigns. There's no doubt about it. I mean, the thing about marketing and advertising is you can draw from a lot of different disciplines and come up with creative ideas. But is it worth going, 3 years of lab sciences? I mean, if you're a creative person, I mean, you're probably going to struggle with lab sciences. And in fact, in this book, in the description, it said if you're a creative person, you like communicating with people. I can't remember a couple of other things that were more of a creative type thing. They said, you would like advertising. I don't see how lab sciences correlates with, writing, being creative, or communicating with other people. I mean, lab sciences sounds like the complete opposite of every one of those things. But yet that's what, this book's recommending. Obviously, they're recommending it because that's what colleges are asking for, which is, complete stupidity. And then they asked for, I think 2 or 3 years of like sociology or social sciences or something to that effect, which I don't know exactly what it is, but I'm okay. I think sociology is very important if you want to get into marketing and advertising. It's very, and I think it's important for a lot of other careers just to understand the world around us. I think it's one of the few classes that I would recommend that maybe is a kind of a standard required course versus lab sciences versus advanced mathematics. And then the last one really, this is another thing that really gets me. And so they recommended 2 to 3 years of a foreign language, which is retarded. It's ridiculous because 2 years of a foreign language, that ain't gonna do shit for you. I mean, if you took 2 years of a foreign language, what are you gonna do with that? You can't talk to anybody. You can't communicate with anybody. They should either say 0 or like 12 years plus live in some other country for 2 years. because that's the only way you're going to learn the language, and it's the only way you're going to have any benefit of the language. I mean, knowing a few phrases working in your cubicle in America is not going to help you that much. I mean, granted, if you do know a few phrases and you are working in advertising marketing, yeah, will it help you? But is it worth agonizing 2 to 3 years of a foreign language when you could, during those 2 to 3 classes, you could have been learning something more about marketing. You could have learned more about people. You could have learned more about persuasive writing. And marketing and advertising changes all the time. It changes day by day. And same with a lot of things in business. So I just don't want to focus on advertising and marketing, but a lot of things change in the world, change all the time. And so you're better off learning more of those things than wasting your time on foreign language. So, this book, I mean, they're only recommending it because, they're not really recommending it. They're recommending it because colleges are asking for these things, which is, complete stupidity. I mean, 2 to 3 years, 2 years of language ain't going to do you any shit. I mean, it's not going to do you any good. 3 years is not going to help either. Like I said, you need like 9 years of a language. I took like 5 or 6 years of Spanish. I even lived in Mexico for a year. I mean, I did pretty well, and I placed out of it when I went to my second year in college. And I had a proficiency in it. I took a test. I had a proficiency in it. But I didn't use it at all in my whole life. I mean, yeah, I understand a few things when I watch TV, and then maybe in advertising, I could insert it somewhere. But it wasn't worth 5 years or more of taking that. It's worthless. So that's the beef I have, and and those are the only 2 majors I really took the time to look at in this book. I mean, there's many others. I'm probably gonna do an updated video on this, just to show how ridiculous our education system is today. I mean, they're still doing the same crap that we did 30 years ago, and 30 years ago they were probably doing the same crap they did 30 years prior. But I can only go by what I know. 30 years ago I was in high school, and that was standard shit. 4 years of English, I'm okay with that. People got to know English, but 2 to 3 years or 3 years of lab sciences, 2 to 3 years of foreign language, and 3 years of mathematics is ridiculous for vast majority of businesses, and especially for advertising and marketing. It's just, granted, marketing, if you work with, like advertising, like Facebook advertising, Google ads. Yeah, some of these things get really complex and stuff, and you probably, good to go with learning a lot of math. But here's the problem: they just tell everybody to do it. They should say, look, if you want to learn Facebook advertising or Google ads and you want to be a data guy, then you're going to need the math. But if you want to be on the creative side and come up with the big ideas and things like that, then fuck the math. Forget taking about that. And so this is the problem I have with the education system. It's just a one size fits all. They don't look at the individual at all. And this is what they continue to do year after year. And so what I've been saying is, for students and parents out there, you need to supplement your education and also have a clear idea before you get to high school. Have a clear idea of what you really want to do. I know it's hard, but have a clear idea. And when I was in high school, I did want to get in advertising, and I liked advertising. I wanted to get into TV, and then I worked on a movie. I did some work on a TV show, and then the rest I've been doing advertising and marketing. And I had a pretty good idea of what I wanted to do. I thought about real estate, thought about advertising, marketing. And I think most people, they probably don't have an idea. It's probably because nothing's been introduced to them. And there's another problem I have with schools, and it's probably a topic for another video, where they don't have enough career days or career week, or showing high school students what they need to do. It's all about preparing kids to go to college, which college ends up being a repeat of high school, but nothing is geared towards a career. So what I want to say is to students and parents out there is that you have to take it upon yourself to supplement your education with real stuff that you need to know. Right now, I'm talking about marketing and advertising. I mean, I'll tell you, those colleges are not going to teach you what you need to know. But the bottom line is, overall, you need to know the skills that are going to sell yourself. I say this in every video. You need the skills that are going to sell yourself, like persuasive writing, debate, negotiation, and I'm losing my camera. So, anyway, signing off.